We have the power to not only halt the ongoing destruction of nature, but actively reverse it by rewilding 36 million square kilometers of land. All we have to do is focus our societal resources on transitioning away from animal agriculture towards a largely plant-based food system. We are currently in the middle of a human-caused extinction crisis, with studies estimating that species are now going extinct anywhere from 100 to 10,000 times the natural rate. That's not just a problem for nature lovers, it has serious practical implications for all of us. Well-functioning ecosystems provide us with vital services like water filtration, storm protection, crop pollination, and the source for more than half of all cancer drugs and antibiotics. Economists estimate that the monetary value of these services that we currently get for free is more than 1.5 times the entire global GDP. And when enough species disappear, entire ecosystems can collapse, taking their services with them. According to the UN Environment Program, agriculture is by far the biggest cause of biodiversity loss, being the primary threat to 86% of species at risk of extinction. And 80% of agricultural land is used to graze animals or to grow crops to feed to animals. You may have heard about how palm oil cultivation is destroying the rainforest, but cattle grazing and the cultivation of soy to feed farmed animals collectively account for about 10 times as much tropical deforestation as palm oil. A comprehensive study on the environmental impacts of different foods found that animal products consistently use many times more land and therefore cause many times more habitat destruction than plant-based alternatives. For example, it takes 75 times more land area on average to produce 100 grams of beef protein than to produce 100 grams of tofu protein. Even eggs, which are the least land-hungry terrestrial animal product, require more than twice as much land as tofu to produce an equivalent amount of protein, once you factor in all the land that's needed to grow food for the chickens. The scientists who authored this study calculated that if the world switched to an entirely plant-based food system, we can meet the nutritional needs of every human on Earth using just 1/4 of the land that we're currently using to produce food. And that's after accounting for the fact that some of the land used to graze animals is not suitable for growing crops. In other words, if human society transitioned to a plant-based food system, 36 million square kilometers of land, an area the size of the US, the EU, China, and Australia combined, could be returned to nature without compromising our ability to feed the global human population. Follow for more science-based content about animal behavior and the problems with animal agriculture.